What's up, guys? Happy Saturday and welcome back to the WCS America qualifiers, a massive 512-person double elimination best of 3 throughout bracket that we're covering today and tomorrow. I'm Axeltoss, joined by Axlav. We're currently watching Jaedong versus Mystery, and they're currently tied 1-1 going into Game 3. Beyond Neo Planet S, not Aqualon Waves. Do not be confused. And this one is to decide who's going to stay in this tournament and who's going to be knocked out, whose chances are going to be kept alive for advancing to the WCS America Premier League. Of course, only 8 can qualify from this tournament. Bottom left-hand location, we have the blue Zurich player. I'm getting more and more information about this guy as we continue along. Apparently he was recently on My Intent, and he actually streams his play a lot. So definitely check him out. Of course, Jenna Bain, thank you for that information. He is Mystery, trying to keep himself alive in this tournament and produce one of the biggest upsets. And this is only round 1. His opponent in the top right-hand location, we got the Red Zerg player from Team Evil Geniuses. He is Jaedong.
Well, it's times like this that I'm insanely glad we have a double elimination tournament.
Yeah.
Because I would not want to see either of these guys be knocked out in the first round. They're both playing so well there. You know, Jaedong, of course, legendary player. Brood War, one of the top couple most accomplished players of all time. I believe he's won at least 3 OSLs, or maybe not. Maybe only 2. But he's won a lot of different Brood War tournaments. He's won a lot of, I think, MSL tournaments as well. Basically, one of the top guys from Brood War. And SC2 as well. He plays in the Pro League. He's probably, I would say, one of the 2 best players on the EGTL hybrid team. But on the other hand, we have Mystery, who's, you know, maybe people didn't know him before, but now they're knowing him because in Game 1, he took this giant out. And he's, you know, a high GM from Clarity Academy, a really, really strong player.
Should be interesting to see what he does in this game. Of course, you know, best of 3s from a general sense. It's like, all right, you're trying to feel out your opponent. In a sense, in games 1 and 2, might incorporate some cheesy play. I mean, we kind of saw that in both games. Game 1, Mystery going for that, the Zergling, Baneling, heavy aggression that was able to eventually knock out Jaedong. And then in Game 2, Jaedong going for the very early Baneling attack with Slowlings. And each one of those was successful. So in this game, are we going to see them want to get to that later game? Or is Mystery going to be like, that's what Jaedong wants to do. I'm going to try to hit another little timing, like just before those mages come out, or something like that, to try to break him.
It's unclear. I mean, if you're in Mystery's position, you can think, okay, Game 1, he tried to attack insanely fast, right? Jaedong went for very fast melis. And then in Game 2, he did this all-in on me. So you can't really predict what he's going to do in Game 3, right? It could be any of the 2. Of course, by now he knows it's obviously not, you know, a super fast all-in. But both players are actually going to drone up for a little bit. So no one's going to try to do any mass hiding, speeding craziness this early on. The real question is which player is going to attack faster and which player is going to commit more to aggression. Oh, we can see here, Bailey Nest already coming up.
Yeah, very similar builds from both these guys. Down to the last drone. Income tab is 26 to 23. Jaedong is slightly ahead, though, in that drone count, but Mystery has a few drones just about to pop, so not too big of a difference. Adding on a Spine Crawler at his natural expansion. A very safe move there, even though it does cost a drone. Of course, he's going to consider that worth it. Costs 100 middles as well.
It's a little bit on the early end, considering the way he scattered Jaedong. You know, he probably could have waited a little bit longer to go ahead and get that Spine Core. But, you know, better to be safe than sorry, especially after that last game when he just got slammed by the really early Zergling Baneling attack. And Jaedong, he's cranking out drones like a maniac.
Yeah. Very confident. Up to 35 harvesters.
Where does
3 more in production.
Mystery, instead, of course, he's getting the Spine. Now he's getting a few more drones. He's getting an Evolution Chamber.
2 of them.
2 of them.
So he could be going for that early 1-1 on the Lings. Which again, with that carapace, it's very helpful against the Banelings, but
I feel it's more likely to be. I feel it's more likely to be some Roach attack. Well, actually, I don't know. I've almost in Heart of the Storm, I almost never see this. Wings of Liberty, 1-1 Zerglings was a little more common. Heart of the Swarm, usually people want to get Demulus as fast as possible because, of course, no matter what upgrades those Zerglings have, they're not going to be Mulus.
Now, Jaedong might spot this, and he is.
Oh, he sees Double Evil, but what is he going to think it is? He doesn't know if it's... it could be some weird type of 1-1 Roach attack, but normally those, you just get one attack and you don't get the armor. So it almost has to be Zerglings, but Jaedong's got to be thinking, you know, I'm just going to get Mulus and I'll be fine. You know what this is, actually? He's going to use 1-1 Zerglings. He's going to try to deny Jaedong's third for a while. And then the goal will be to defend against Mulus and probably do like some Hive Tech. Yeah, maybe do like a Queen Ultralist play even. I don't even know. It could be something crazy. Jaedong, of course, is getting ready for a Roach time attack. That's normally what this thing indicates. If he knew it was Zerglings, he wouldn't be getting 4 spines. You get 1 or 2 spines and more Banelings, because Banelings are more efficient to defend against Zerglings. The spines are really there to stop a Roach Baneling timing. Jaedong's actually getting his own Roaches, so I think he's very careful about timing. He doesn't want to risk stacking.
Is he spotted in the third?
I don't think he's seen it quite
No,
yet.
he has not. Jaedong has not yet seen the third from his opponent. He might see it.
I think this is exactly what Mystery wants.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, Jaedong's Roach Baning will beat the speeding in a straight-up confrontation, but it's going to be very hard for Jaedong to move out.
Delaying the Spire, right? I mean,
he's not going to go Spire.
Yeah.
He's already decided to play. And the reason he decided not to go Spire, I think, is because he was paranoid about a timing attack.
I agree. And maybe that's exactly what Mystery wanted. He's got a bunch of Banelings in production here, a bunch of Speedlings coming forward again. He's at 1-1.
He's got to back away.
That's so much
You're not going to break that, buddy. I'm sorry. But that's okay. Just back away. Keep your units alive. Keep your units poised, you know, ready to counterattack. And he could just...
Oh, my God. That was a destructive Baneling.
Yes, it was. Right. Yes, it was.
So the good news for Mystery is that he has a third down.
But he doesn't have any drones there.
Right, but in the long run.
Yeah, if he decides to, he get economic advantage. But so far, he hasn't decided to. He's actually just getting more speedings, and he's getting the Roach Warren, which is... I thought he was going to try to do some like mass spine into Hive Tech play, given his double Roach Warren. Do you think maybe he's a little bit nervous in Game 3 against Jaedong? Because I don't really... yeah, I mean, it makes sense, because there's no way he's... I mean, he doesn't have the resources to get... I mean, he doesn't even have a lair yet, right? So... okay,
he canceled one.
Yeah, it was definitely just a little bit of a nervous mistake there. More and more speedings being produced. So I think he's going to be looking for a big counterattack. But look at the map vision from Jaedong.
He has Overlords everywhere.
And the one thing I'm worried about is when Jaedong gets 1 Roach attack, he has speed Roaches. Even with the armor, +1 attack Roaches, 18. Actually, no. With the armor, +1 attack Roaches don't 2-shot Zerglings. So that's actually a key armor upgrade. The Zerglings will do much better against Roaches than you'd expect. Oh, but Jaedong sees the speeding count. Now he's going to get some more Banelings.
He knows exactly what's going on.
He had to hide those speedings. He could not reveal those because now Jaedong's going to get a lot of Banelings. And, of course, even with the armor upgrade, Banelings still do pretty well against speedings.
Mystery trying to find out a way to break Jaedong at this point in time. Again, if Mystery can win this game, he will be knocking Jaedong down to the lower bracket. Baneling's coming forward, trying to detonate into those Roaches, and here we go. This is what we talked about. Jaedong going for that +1 missile Roach timing attack with the Banelings to supplement, and Mystery going to have to back up with the Banelings and his Lings, but Jaedong has a bunch of Banelings of his own, going to turn those around and try to detonate them into the Lings of Mystery. Mystery's just going to hold his breath, shout YOLO, and run right into this army of Jaedong, but just... the Lings are running out, having to pull the drones, and I think Jaedong might win this game. There's the GG! Yep. And Jaedong takes the 2-1 victory.
But Mystery is saying, you know what? Americans came here to play. Taking that first map, very, very impressive.
It's possible. It's possible for these North American players to take out the Koreans.
I mean, yes, he did lose a series to Jaedong. Yes, Jaedong is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
But you know what? We haven't heard the last of Mystery. He's still in the tournament, dropping down to the lower bracket, but he could potentially make a long run throughout that.
Yeah, I think we have another game that we're going to scroll right into. Of course, Nick, while that was happening, joined the game of who?
Oh, so we're in a game between the Muslim and Giant Smurf. Of course, Giant Smurf, also known as Batman. He's a local New Yorkian. He's actually playing in 3 rooms down.
There he is. He's playing his match against the Muslim right now, and I think we're going to scroll on into that game to see how he's doing. Are we in, which game is this?
So this is game 2.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm not 100% sure who won game 1.
Uh-oh.
And actually, I haven't been watching this game, so we gotta like take a second to take poise at things. So we're in game 2 here.
Production is 86 to 57 for the Muslim.
The Muslims got a food advantage of a pretty significant count. Both players have expansions. If you look at the upgrades tab, there's an armor upgrade done from Giant Smurf already. He's actually going into Colossi production. The Muslim, on the other hand, third base, staying on 3 barracks before third, which is the most standard way to play TVP.
What's the tech progress of the Protoss here?
So Protoss is going into Colossi. We see he's got a robotics facility. I think he just finished his support bay right here. No Colossus has been produced yet. Some probes are running away here.
So he's not getting range either.
No, not quite yet. I think he's just going. I think he should momentarily start that first Colossus. It looks like is he going to take a relatively fast third base? Is there damage Widowmine with 4 kills? So judging by the food disparity and the fact that there's cannons in these worker lines, I think the game opened up with a Widowmine drop after expansion, and it probably did enough damage.
Can you hit workers killed?
Yes.
Control R?
Yes, there we go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so the Muslim definitely got a little bit of an edge there in the opening. And now, of course, he's just going to sit here and take his macro advantage, take his third base. Actually getting to 5th and 6th gases very quick. That's extremely unusual to get gases this fast for Terran. Typically, that resources they put into gas would instead go into a barracks because, as we see here, Terrans always have this extra gas anyway due to the fact that they're primarily going to be building bio units.
Maybe he wants the option to add on a second starport, continue to make a bunch of Vikings if he needs to, or maybe go into Ghost production, even continue with the 3-3.
I mean, Vikings and Ghosts aren't really very... Oh, this is it! Double factories. Oh, but they're both for reactors because he's going to crank out a lot of Hellbats.
Yep.
Which is genius. I love this. A lot of players crank out Hellbats 2 at a time from their single reactor factory. 4 at a time, though, is twice as much, and Hellbats are pretty much Terrans, one of their strongest units against Protoss in a mixed, diverse composition.
All right, we see the Muslim posturing outside his opponent's natural expansion. There's a Colossus up there, no Vikings here from the Muslim. The High Templar Archives about 80% of the way done, so definitely looking to make that transition into Storm, or at the very least Archons. But the Muslim gonna back away. Doesn't want to engage just yet. Maybe
and he's smart too. I mean, look at these army sizes. Obviously, the Protoss one is vastly superior. So the Muslim's going to retreat, wait for his 2-2, wait for his massive production to kick in. One thing we see from Giant Smurf is he's not getting range for his Colossus. Right. And that's because he wants to transition to Templar very quickly. He's trying to trick the Muslim into over-making Vikings. And it's a really cool build. We see this build a lot from Protoss players. It's a very, very strong build. A little bit of a twist here, though, is that he's going... Oh, I really like that hallucination. That was cool. He's going Blink instead of Charge.
He did that because he knew the Widowmine was there, and the Widowmine would potentially spot that hallucinated Colossus.
Yes. Yes, and the Muslim, he's still building Vikings. Only 4 medevacs.
No Ghost Academy in sight.
He is building Hellbats 4 at a time, which can be very tricky because they're very tanky. Storms are decent against him, but they're not. Oh, 1 Sentry getting its neck snapped right there.
Force field's going down to Muslim, stimming every single one of his bio units. Marines trying to make their way far away from that Protoss army. It looks very scary. The probe is getting killed by that Widowmine.
Oh, what a shame. You survive the gunshots and then the mine blows you up. Oh,
stem. He's going for
nice
it.
Feedback.
Storm is not yet done. Giant Smurf desperately wants that to finish so he can put some storms down. Both my Temples getting knocked out. Where is the army? Actually, he's going back to the main base, and now Giant Smurf going to turn around and try to engage. His Fortune Overcharge has not yet been placed on the Nexus. And look at this, the Muslim's just spreading out his bio everywhere.
The Muslim's got too much.
175 to 55 supply.
Yeah, I think there was a drop in the main as well. That's what distracted the army. A Hellbat with 12 kills. Now a Sergeant.
Wow.
Natural's going down too. So the Muslim takes that game.
Commanding.
I'm not.
Victory there.
I think that was game 2.
Yes. I think the Muslim won game 1.
I think
our scoreboard up there said the Muslim.
So we'll assume they know what they're doing.
Yeah. So the Muslim is gonna take victory there, 2-0 over Giant Smurf. Of course, Giant Smurf is in the office right now. He's playing his game.
Yeah.
Pretty tough draw.
It is.
The Muslim first round.
The Muslim is on fire lately, guys. He is so strong in this game right now. I believe he's been ranked 1 GM for a while.
I think he actually started playing on the Korean ladder a little bit. Because he was getting bored of the North.
He said they're too easy.
Yeah.
So let's see how easy they are as he advances through the bracket.
Yeah.
We'll try to follow him as much as we can as well, but there's a lot of great players here.
He's definitely going to be a favorite, I think, as this tournament goes forward. A lot of people are going to be cheering on the Muslim to make it through this. Of course, guys, definitely stay tuned. We're going to try to get as many games possible to you as we continue with the WCS America qualifying tournament, guys. We'll be back with more matches after a quick break.